Last night I was awake for quite a while, just because I don't know. I was so tired and I went to sleep really fast, but then I woke up at, I don't know, it was in the thick of the night somewhere, and then I was awake for hours. And I mean, it wasn't so bad. I could hear some of the animal noises, and it was kind of cool. I've been hearing bats while we've been here. That's a constant almost wherever I've lived. I can always hear bats at night. One thing I could hear though was, I couldn't figure it out. It was like a whomp, whomp, whomp noise, but sort of in the distance a bit. And it sort of sounded almost like the beating of some very large wings. And but like if it was wings, it must have been like a really giant bird. We're talking like prehistoric sized bird. But anyway, so I figured it wasn't that, but that's what it sounded like. And anyway, as I was lying there awake, I eventually heard some of the noise closer to me and closer to the tent around the outside. And I could hear it was more like a thud, thud, thud. And then I finally figured that there's probably only one thing that could make that noise, and that would be a kangaroo. So I guess there are kangaroos around here at night. I haven't seen any during the day. I guess they just hang out in the bush a bit further, and only come around this area when people are asleep. One other time when we went camping, it was the first time Alexis and I went by ourselves and with the dog, and there was the weirdest noise. I could not figure out what it was. It was I can't even try and replicate it for you. It was the strangest thing, and there were cows near where we were camping, and it sounded almost like a cow rutting or something, and but I didn't think it was that. And then I kind of thought maybe there's a cow that's really sick and it's got terrible respiratory problems. Not that that's funny. That would be terrible if a cow had respiratory problems. But it's funny because what it actually was, the next day I posted on social media and asked some friends what it was, and a friend sent a link to a YouTube video. And I went, oh my God, that's the noise. That was the noise. And it was a koala's mating call. It was the strangest noise ever. And I had no idea what it was. And it was so loud, so loud. And it actually kept me awake that entire first night because it was incredibly loud. And also because I was wondering what the hell it was. When I hear noises like that, I wonder, like, when white people first came to Australia, I wonder if they heard these noises, and maybe this is where myths of bunyips came from or something, because it was just the strangest noise. And you wouldn't expect to hear that kind of noise from such a relatively small animal like a koala. It was really, really bizarre.